friends, can you imagine that all editors, compilers, databases, communication systems, software packages are developed in which language? Yes, you are right. They are developed in C++, but do you know what is C++? C++ is an object oriented programming language. With the help of this language, any complex real life application systems can be developed. With the addition of object oriented features in C, it can be called as extension or superset of C language. OOPS features like classes, inheritance, polymorphism, exception handling, etc. makes a C++ a general purpose language. Now, let us start with the fundamental requirements of C++ language. We know that every language in this world, whether French or German or Arabic or English or Hindi or Chinese, has a set of alphabets or symbols which helps in word formation or sentence formation. Similarly, C++ also has a character set consisting of all alphabets, that is A to Z in upper as well as lower case, digits, that is 0 to 9, special characters like comma, full stop, different kinds of brackets, star, ampersand sign, slash sign, hash sign, less than, greater than, equal to, plus, minus, question mark, space, etc. But it is a case sensitive language. With the help of these character set, we can declare identifiers and write small sequential programs which will fulfill programmers' requirement. Variable. As we human beings remember names of person, places, pictures, etc., computer also remembers certain data during the execution of the program. This data is held in memory space allocated by the system within your program. It is called as variable. Data can be numeric or character in nature. Numeric data can be either integer or float. For example, name, class, roll number, etc. are all variables. Variables can have some value or some formula, or another variable can be assigned to it. Declarations and initializations. Variables are declared with or without initialization. For example, integers can be declared as int a. They can be initialized while declaration also, like int a equal to 10, or they can be assigned any formula or any other variable like int a equal to k. Similarly, float can be declared as float a. They can be initialized like float a equal to 10.0, or they can be assigned any formula or function like float a equal to b slash d. In the same way, we can declare characters as character a. Rules for variable declaration. There are certain rules for declaring variables, like it should start with the character, no special characters are allowed except underscore, it should not be a keyword, they are to be declared before they can be used, they are case sensitive. Constants. While developing a program, need might arise to declare a memory location whose contents does not change during the execution of the program. This can be done with the help of a constant. Thus, a constant is a fixed value stored in the memory location. As in case of variables, constants can also be either numeric or character in nature. Numeric constants are either integer or float. There are three ways to represent constants. First, by using preprocessor directives. For example, hash define pi 3.1415. The preprocessor replaces the constant by its value lexically in source program. but in such cases no validation checks like type, scope, bound checking can be made. Secondly, by using keyword const. For example, const float pi equal to 3.1415. Const can validate type and do scope checking. Type can be integer or character. By default, it is int type, that is integer type. Scope can be static or extern. By default, constants are global in nature, but they can be declared as local by defining them static. Extern is used when constant is to be referred from another file. For example, extern const amount equal to 200, static const amount equal to 200. The third method is by using a keyword enum. An enumeration defines a new data type with the value limited by programmer defined set. For example, if we want to assign only 0, that is off, or 1, that is on, value to a constant switch value, then we can write them as enum switch value on off. Similarly, different colors like red, blue, green, black or white can be assigned to a constant color. This can be written as enum color red, blue, green, black, white. By default, the first constant has a 0 value. So, red have a integer value as 0, blue has 1, white has 4. We can also specify value of each enumerator like enum color. In this case, red will have a value 7, blue equal to 8, green equal to 12, black equal to 13 and white as 14. Its advantages are that all validation checks like type, scope, limit could be done. So, by these methods we can declare variables and constants. Basic data types. Now, let us try to understand various ways for defining identifiers. Identifiers refer to the names of variables, functions, arrays, classes, etc. created by the programmer. They are defined in accordance to the basic data types available in any programming language. C++ has following basic data types. Number 1, user defined data types. They constitute structure, union, class and enumerated data types. The user themselves define all of them. Second is built-in data type. They constitute integers, void and float type. Integers can be either int or char, while float can be either float type or double type. Void is used when either function does not return any value or no arguments are passed to the function. Int take 2 to 4 bytes for storage and they can be signed or unsigned or short or long type. Character data takes 1 byte for storage, while float and double takes 4 and 8 bytes for storage. Third way is derived data types. They constitute arrays, functions, pointers and reference type. They are again to be defined by user. In this way, we have seen how according to the need of the program, programmer declares an identifier. Operators. Most often, while writing a program, we need to do certain calculations or compare the two values. These can be done by the use of various types of operators available in C++. Thus, we can say operators operate on operands to produce desired result. They can be binary or unary in nature. Following are the most commonly types of operators available in C++. Arithmetic operators. These are used for arithmetic operations. For example, if we want to add two numbers, then addition operator will be used, that is plus sign will be used. Similarly, subtraction, that is minus operator, is used to subtract two numbers. Multiplication, that is star, and division, that is slash operator, are used to multiply and divide two numbers. Modulus, that is percentage operator, is used to find the remainder of two numbers like 6 percentage 3 equal to 0, means that if 6 is divided by 3, the remainder will be 0. Increment, that is double plus, decrement, double minus, adds or subtracts 1 from the given number. They all operate from left to right and are binary in nature, except plus plus and minus minus operators. Other arithmetic operators like equal to, plus equal to, minus equal to, star equal to, slash equal to, and percentage equal to have precedence from right to left and are binary in nature. Relational operator. These are used for comparison purposes. For example, if we have to find which boy is taller, then we will compare their heights by these operators. Various types of relational operator are like equal to, greater than, less than, greater than equal to, less than equal to, not equal to, and conditional expression. Logical operators. These are used for logical comparisons. Let us take an example. Visualize a situation where a teacher takes a class only if all students are present. This situation can be represented by logical AND operator. In the second situation, a teacher takes a class when even a single student is there. This can be presented by logical OR operator. They are binary in nature and operate from left to right. The unary operator is logically NOT, that is exclamation equal to, which is used to negate the values. For example, a rose can be red or it cannot be a red rose. Bitwise operators. These are used to manipulate data at bit level. For example, double less than and double greater than will shift data bitwise to left and to right respectively. They are unary in nature, but ampersand sign, cap sign, slash, ampersand equal to, etc. are binary operators for bitwise AND, XOR, OR, and update or update and XOR update respectively. Other operators. These are special operators available in C++ only. For example, scope resolution operators, direct member, indirect member, indirect member deference, direct member deference, destroy object, line end, create object, set width, etc. Thus, we can say that these operators make a backbone for the C++ being used extensively for the various types of calculations and logical work. Scope resolution. In C++, same variable names can be used locally, that is within the blocks or functions, or globally with different purposes. Scope resolution of a variable allows accessing a global variable. Thus, scope resolution is a solution to the conflict that occurs due to the rule that local variable gets priority over global. Its syntax is double colon variable name. For example, the following program allows us to understand how the value to a variable changes when declared in different blocks. This is a global declaration of integer k as 100. This is a local declaration of integer k as 200 in the first block. This is a local declaration of integer k as 300 in the second block. From the output of the program, it is clear that whenever value of k is printed with scope resolution, that is double colon k, irrespective of their blocks, it will always gives output as 100. Thus, we have just seen how a variable with the same name can be declared in different blocks and can be used appropriately using scope resolution. Writing small programs. Now, let us start writing small C++ programs, but before writing them, we must know the basic structure of C++ language in which every program has to be written. This is known as structure of C++ language. Any C++ program has a following format in which it is written. All header files to be included has to be written at the beginning of any program. Then various types of classes are declared. Member functions can be declared within the classes. Then only we can write the body of the program, that is the main function program. We can write C++ program with or without classes. Now, let us elaborate on header files a bit more. As we know, a header file is a file to be included in all C++ programs. It consists of code for number of functions used to invoke it by preprocessor directive. The syntax is hash include header file name. Importance of some of the header files are as follows. If we want to clear the screen or we want to read data from keyboard or for printing data on the screen, then we can call prototypes for standard input output functions like clear, put, get, fill, etc. from the header file iostream.h. In the same way, studio.h is used to call prototype for file input output functions and string reading functions like fclose, fprint, fwrite, fread, fseek, fputs, etc. With the help of these functions, we can handle various operations on files. Let us take another case. While writing a program, sometimes we want to find absolute of a number, or we want to convert integer number to a float number, or want any random number. Then the header file called as stdlib, that is standard lib, is used to call prototype for type conversion, memory allocation, random number generation functions, etc. Not only this, certain facilities are available in C++ for testing characters for certain properties and case conversions. These are present in prototype like is alpha, to upper, is upper, etc. in header file ctype.h. We can play with numbers also. Math.h header file is used to call prototype for mathematical, trigonometrical and statistical functions like acos, log, log10, exponential, power, a10, etc. In C++, it is very simple to find the length of the string or even to copy or compare or concatenate two strings without writing any complex algorithm for them. Simply use string.h header file and call prototypes for string processing functions like string length, string copy, string compare, string concatenate, etc. There are number of other header files and functions used by them in C++, but due to shortage of time and space they are not referred here. Every C++ program has certain features like program features. Header files are included at the start of any program. Comments can be given by double slash for a single line and slash star ended by star slash for a block of lines. Basic input output predefined objects, that is Cout, Cin, are used as standard input output stream. They are used along with double less than and double greater than operators, also called as insertion or extraction operators. Return type of main is int by default, otherwise it has to be mentioned at the time of function declaration. Assignment statement is used to assign a value or a variable to a variable name. Its syntax is variable name equal to const or literal or value. For example, name equal to AXY, name equal to father name, roll number equal to 2109 or roll number equal to RNO. It should be noted that data to the right of an assignment operator is automatically converted to the data on the left side. With these basic knowledge, let us start with some of the small programs. The very first program we will be doing is simply printing my name. Hash include iostream.h, void main, cout, my name is Radhika. The first line includes a header file iostream.h, through which we can use cout function. In the second line, main function is declared as void, as this program is not returning any value. Within the curly brackets, the body of the program is written, that is a statement to print my name is Radhika. This program calculates z equal to a plus b minus c into d divided by 2. Hash include iostream.h, void main, this is a main program, int a, b, c, d, this is a declaration of 4 variables a, b, c and d as integers. Then we are declaring z as float, cout, enter values of a, b, c and d. Here we are prompting the user to input different values. Cin a, b, c, d, z equal to a plus b minus c into d divided by 2. Here the calculation is done. Cout, value of z equal to z. We are printing the value of z here. Many times we have to do certain calculations. This program helps you to understand how to write program for that. After including the header file iostream.h and declaring main function as void, this program declares variables as a, b, c, d as int and variable z as float. The function cin accepts the value for a, b, c, d from keyboard. Mathematical formula for calculating z is written like this. At the end you can print the value of z. Now we are going to write a third program which calculates x raised to power y. Now let us learn how to calculate power of any number. Power function is available in the math.h header file. So here two header files are to be included, that is iostream for using basic input output functions and math.h to use mathematical function. It should be noted that base value, that is the value of x, can be negative, but should not be 0. But the power value, that is the value of y, should not be negative or float. Here in this program, we have already declared x and y as integer. In this particular program, 2 raised to power 3 is calculated as 8. So, till now you have learned about writing a small simple program. You can yourself also try to write more programs. Thank you. Goodbye.